Yep. Dawni's got her glasses and her blankie. It's going to be one of those kind of mornings. First cup of coffee. Real, legit cup of coffee. And these glasses are glaring really badly. So I don't need to see you guys. And if you don't want to see me without makeup on, just listen to this one instead of watching it. Which I would probably do every day if I was you guys. Oh man, this is one of those mornings where there's only one thing I could do a video on because I only have one thing on my mind. And settle in today because we're just going to talk. Okay? And I'm going to be stopping to drink my coffee because I need it. This is essential coffee today. Let's put it that way. This is mandatory coffee. Not arbitrary coffee. All right. I have been, for the last couple of weeks, but particularly for the last week, really examining what it is I do so that I can speak to it in my marketing. Right? I have this coffee with Dawni thing I do every weekday that I love, but I have no idea how to speak to and get people to join. And I've heard from a lot of you that you have had the same issue. You know, you're trying to tell your friends, oh, you got to do this thing. It's so great. And they're like, they don't seem interested. So what put me over the edge with trying to figure out what it is I do and how to speak to it was Hot Cocoa with Dawni, because as you all know by now, that's my absolute passion, and working with these kids. So I've spent the last couple of weeks going, okay, so what is it that I do? And blah, 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 blah. All these words that people either don't care about or, you know, natural law, blah, blah, blah. The universal truths, blah, blah, blah. And really what it comes down to is that I'm all about getting on the right side of reality. If I had to say what it is I do, what's underneath every single thing I do, every coffee with Dawni, every one-on-one session I do. You know, I looked through my Coffee with Dawni subscribers recently, and most of you have done a one-on-one session with me. Some of you have done many, many, many one-on-one sessions with me. And so you know what I'm doing, right? When I put it like that, when I say I'm trying to get you on the right side of reality and trying to get my damn self on the right side of reality, I think you know exactly what I mean. But that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about reality instead of talking around it like I normally do. You know what I'm talking about? Archetypes. What am I saying? Hey, listen, if you have this archetype, it's going to look in some way like this and this. And, you know, in reality, evidence shows, my little tagline, evidence shows. Man, I wish I had a buck for every time I've said evidence shows in my life and to my clients, to my damn self. Okay, so reality. Let's talk about that for a minute, because we can't really talk about the nature of reality without talking about cause and effect, because that is, we are subject, every one of us, 24/7, 365 is completely and 100% subject to cause and effect. And let me tell you, reality is no respecter of persons. Okay? Reality will give a white man cancer, right? It's not like, oh, privilege, he's not going to get cancer. No. Reality doesn't give a shit. Okay? So let's talk about this and what this means for us. Because every session I do, is, and this is not even a judgment on my part. This is just saying it like it is. It's fine. I'm like this too. But every session I do is some measure of someone sitting across from me or on the phone with me and saying, I don't like the way reality is showing up right now. Every once in a while, I would say maybe 1 out of every 100 sessions, it's different. And it's the person saying, I'm out of alignment with reality. Help me get back to reality. But usually the first 15, 20, 25 minutes of my sessions are spent with me showing them how they have gotten on the opposite side of the table than reality. They've made reality their opponent instead of their ally. And then once they see that, then we can go, okay, let's come back. Let's come back to what's actually so. Because we have a lot of resistance to the way this realm works. One example of this is how we want, I think, the reality is if you can't acknowledge cause and effect, then this conversation is pointless to have. So and I can't imagine that this is the case, but if anyone listening right now is like, there's no such thing as cause and effect, I don't know what to tell you. Feel free to turn this off and good luck, because you're going to need it. Oh, anyway. But if you can, for those of you that can acknowledge, yes, there's cause and effect. I think what we wish, or what our preference would be, is that when we do something that we consider to be good or positive, that the universe reward us 1,000,000-fold and immediately, please. And if we do something negative or against our own integrity, we want there to not be an effect at all. So there's one big way that the universe, that we are making ourselves opponents of the universe. Basically, the universe has already done its part. Okay? It's a miracle that we're even here. We're here because of cause and effect that we had nothing to do with. I didn't build the building I live in. That's a cause and effect from somebody else. But I pay to live in the building I build in. So that's my piece of it. Right? But there's a whole bunch that's already been done for us. There was a whole bunch of preparation done to even get us here in the first place. And one of our main arguments with reality has to do with other people's actions affecting us. But that's part of the nature of this realm. We have the ability to deeply affect each other, both for positive and negative. And so when we're so angry about that somebody can affect us, reality's like, yeah, welcome to life. I always imagine if reality was personified, that it would be someone spending a lot of time going, well, you don't like that? Tough shit. Tough shit. That's the way it works here. The way it works here is that every time someone does something, there's an effect. And that effect can affect more than just them. And that's the nature of it here. So why is this relevant? Well, because we spend a lot of time in some type of reality should be different. Things should be different that we can't control. We can't control the weather, right? That's just one of many things. We can't control other people's thoughts or actions. Listen, we can barely control our own thoughts. We can control what we do about them, hopefully. But so what can we control? Because every second spent feeling like reality should be different is not empowering. As understandable as it may be, it's simply not empowering. So there are things that don't seem fair, right? things about your life that don't seem fair. Whether it's chronic illnesses or struggles that your children have, or, disabilities. Maybe you're someone who's allergic to everything. My latest was these like hive, sore, welts things because of I'm allergic to aspartame. Okay? So that seems awful. So I'm worried. I can't eat sugar because it makes me sick. So now I can't eat artificial sugar, aspartame, Splenda, all those things. Well, that's not fair. Other people can. Well, maybe that's ultimately loving on the universe's part. Because if I can't eat it now, it can't build up in my system and cause cancer later. Right? So maybe what seems really cruel from reality right now, and I use reality and the universe intermittently because to me they're the same thing. Maybe what seems really cruel from them now is a huge blessing in the end. How can we know? Either way, these are the laws we're subject to. It doesn't matter. Reality doesn't care about our intentions, you guys. It cares about our actions. So we act a certain way. When they say thoughts become things in the way that the more you think about something, the more likely you are to take action on it and create a certain outcome. This is a fantastic universe, and reality is already doing its part. It has all these laws set up that are 100% consistent. And then we get to be here and interact with those laws. And when we choose to get on the same side as reality and we stop fighting against the nature of this realm, then we can start building real traction. And then I'll tell you what, the universe seems a lot more loving when we're on its side. It's already on. Reality is what reality is. We're the ones choosing whether to constantly resist it and push against it. P.S. It's futile. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again. In a fight between your preferences and reality, reality will win. But only every single time. Now, if you can align your preferences with reality, then you both win. Okay? So if you know reality's going to win every single time, and that your job, let's use this as an example. Let's say you want to lose 50 pounds. Okay? And you want to keep it off. You want to lose 50 pounds and you want to keep it off. Then reality would say, engage with me. If reality was a person that could speak, engage with me. Look at facts, look at evidence of what works and what doesn't. And keep doing the thing that works and tweak it as you go, as you see what works and what doesn't. And then do that for the rest of your life and you'll lose 50 pounds and keep it off. So you engage with that, with reality, with what evidence shows, with the truth for you. And then that happens. And maybe for you, that's a full year of eating low carb and you lose 50 pounds. And for you to keep it off, you have to continually stay away from bread and sugar. But instead, you're wasting your time going, well, my sister can eat all the bread and sugar she wants and she stays skinny. So what? That has nothing to do with you. Your reality, is that you have to eat this way to stay this weight. So any time spent pushing against that because it's not fair because your sister, blah, 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 is time wasted and puts you on the opposing side of reality. I've spent a lot of my life there, guys. It's seriously futile. So, is it time wasted? I don't know. Maybe not, because I learned a bunch. Zippy-doo-dah day for me. Now, I guarantee that your sister, who can eat all the bread and sugar she wants and stay skinny, has her own shit. And she's probably over there saying how lucky you are that you're not, don't have an addictive personality with cigarettes and alcohol or whatever. Every single one of us has a hand we were dealt. Now, what we do with that, if we engage with reality, we can do amazing things. I don't care who you are, you can do amazing things. But fighting against the hand you were dealt, instead of just saying, okay, what now? You can still feel your feelings about it. Look, guys, we can feel all of our little feelers and still take actions that get us what we want. We don't have to choose between those things. Feeling grief that we have a child who is really struggling and has from day one doesn't mean that we can't take action towards things that would be powerful considering what we're dealing with. Maybe your child is always going to struggle with things, but so, okay, what do you and don't you have control over? Maybe you're always going to have a chronic illness, but what do you and don't you have control over? If we were to do every single thing we knew how to do, from there, the next thing would be shown us. Now, I hear people say, I have done every single thing I know how to do, and I'm going to say to that, 99% of the time, that is total bullshit. You heard me, and I'm talking to myself right now, too. I'm always talking to myself. You guys know I'm not over here like, I'm so enlightened, and I don't do any of these things. No, I'm right there with you. But I could ask 10 questions right now. Are you doing everything you know how to do? Are you drinking the amount of water every day that you know you need? Are you getting the amount of sleep every night that you know you need? Are you eating as often and the exact kind of foods that you know you do very best in your body? Are you taking full accountability for your thoughts and actions, right? Like I keep asking these questions. If you can say yes to every single one, then that's amazing. But my guess is that that's not the case. Because when we've done every single thing we know how to do, we continually look for more ways to interact with reality that bless our lives and the lives of those around us. So just because it doesn't always line up with our preferences doesn't mean we can't have an amazing life that we love. But we have to do certain things to get that, whether we want to or not. This is good news, you guys. This isn't me being negative. I don't even feel negative about this. I feel relieved about this. Because there are literally ways to interact here, in this realm, in reality, that work. That actually work and that get us good things. We can use cause and effect. Cause and effect is not a negative thing. It works in a positive way all the time. Thank God we have influence here. Thank God when we put certain things out, certain things come back to us. Thank God it's not all just completely random. How messed up would that be? But it's our job to learn about these things. I've given my freaking life to this. And I'll tell you, it's more than just knowledge because I've had the knowledge for a while, at least the basic knowledge of the 7 universal laws, right? That's what I just did a hot cocoa with Dawni on, trying to teach your kids. But I still have to have my own personal journey and fully accepting them so that I can engage with them in a powerful and empowered way. So here's today's question. Where are you arguing with reality? Where have you put yourself on the other side as an opponent of reality? Because we know it's not going to go well. And for my couple of Coffee with Dawni subscribers that are very young, 17, 18, 19, just take my word for it, you guys. It's not going to go well. The sooner you get on the side with what is actually so, and fully accept the hand you were dealt and feel whatever emotions you need to, but work with what you have. Every freaking one of us has weaknesses that affect us every single day. So what? We can still do amazing things. Maybe you're never going to be a professional basketball player, but you're going to be the best damn school teacher that ever lived. You know what I mean? So we have limits. That's inherent in this realm. Let's accept that and adjust for that and move forward. Okay? And again, I'm going to say it for the millionth time because I know damn well someone's going to be like, we have every right to feel how we feel. This is not that conversation. Feel however you want to feel. Honor whatever emotions you want. And at the end of the day, still do the actions that it takes to have a life that really works for you and that you can really enjoy and appreciate, okay? This is it, guys. It's time. Wherever you're out of alignment with what's so, wherever you're arguing with reality, I want you to be honest with yourself about that. What are you resisting that's just the truth? And if you can fully accept it, now what? Now what? Now, how can you adjust for it and still be in this world being powerful? This is the thing. I am surrounded by amazing people who are distracted by trying to control shit they can't control. Let's let that go and bring it all back here into our real stewardship, which is our damn selves. I can't say ourselves without saying damn. Our damn selves. And let's work on that. And let's build traction there. And let's trust that the universe is going to take care of the rest of it, because we cannot do that. We cannot do the universe's part. But we can really seriously and truly do ours. All right? And thank God we have coffee. May your coffee be strong and your life be blessed. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. It really helps out my channel. And if you would be interested in working with me further, you can check out DawniAngel.com. I would love to come speak to your group, come to your business to do a training, be on your podcast, my personal favorite, or even work with you one-on-one.